Thank you all so much for joining us for our Pathbender class. I'm not going to be before you long. I'm going to pass it over to our master trainer, the one, the only, always imitated, cannot be duplicated, the innovator, the motivator, the spiritual guide, the one that will slap you in the back of your head and hug you at the same time, Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr.
All right. Thank you all for being here so much. Everybody's on time until they say 6:01. And then don't let Jesus
Okay.
in.
Thank
I
you for
didn't-
letting me know. So I sure wasn't gonna let nobody in.
It was at 6 o'clock. I wouldn't let nobody in.
6.
Okay.
6
Okay.
is 6.
It's
If it says
6:01.
6:01, if
Now,
they're
6:01,
not
it's a done deal.
Adonia or
Okay.
the approved list, I said what I
Gotcha.
said. I
Okay.
said what I said. I said what I said. Y'all life is never gonna work out until you bend your path to the point of it working out. Adonia is obviously on the approved list. Once upon a time, chapter 2, Pathbender, in a small Buddhist village, there lived a wise old monk named Suki. He was known. Hold on, y'all. Make sure y'all share that book. Chapter 2, Pathbender. So, chapter 2, Pathbender. Once upon a time, in a small Buddhist village, there lived a wise old monk named Suki. He was known for his wisdom and guidance, and many young people would come to him for advice. And one day, a young boy named Taro approached Suki. Taro was uncertain about his future and overwhelmed by the expectations of his parents, friends, and society. Suki noticed Taro's distress and took him under his wing. Over the next few weeks, Suki taught Taro all about the importance of choosing his own path and not letting others dictate his life. Taro, Suki said, it is important to understand that the path you choose in life should come from within, not from the expectations of others. Taro looked confused, but how can I be sure that my path is the right one? He asked. Suki smiled and replied, the path you choose is the right one if it brings you peace, happiness, and fulfillment. The key is to listen to your own heart, follow your intuition, and trust you will find your way. Taro was fascinated by Suki's words and acts, but what about the expectations of others? How do I deal with that? Expectations of others can be like a heavy burden that weighs on your shoulders, Suki explained. You must let go of these expectations and not let them dictate your choices. It may be difficult, but it is necessary for you to live a fulfilled life. Taro was inspired by Suki's words and began to meditate and reflect on his own inner guidance. He learned to listen to his own voice and trust his instincts. Years passed, and Tyros found success and happiness choosing his own path. He often thought back to the wise words of Suki and grateful for the guidance that had helped him on his way in life. Tyro learned that the path you choose in life should come from within and not be influenced by the expectations of others. By following your own intuition and trusting in yourself, you can find happiness and fulfillment in your journey. We're going to stop right there. You're going to talk on the subject, am I actually living my own path? That's our subject. I need a volunteer. Oh, okay. We got Phil first. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, as I'm reading this, I think about what I say to myself when I think about me. Most people don't think about me as much as I think they think about me.
Big facts. Big facts. How many of y'all get that? We think people talking about that, they're not talking about that. They're not thinking about us. Okay. Now hold on. Pay attention. All of you round. What did D Generation X say? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all nations, we gather here, D Generation X. Y'all don't know, but this is WWE attitude. Yeah, y'all don't know about this here. Boy. People in the TV land or whatever. I can't remember what they said, but you get the point.
Sir, real quick question. Someone said they got somebody called them and they clicked off the call, but they can't hear. They want to know if they go out, can they come back in so they can hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Being in on time ain't got nothing to do with technology being stupid. Right? That ain't got nothing to do with that. That's technology. We ain't got nothing to do with it, you know. Sometimes the ATM be tripping. That's the last thing we need tripping. You understand? Yeah, that's offensive. All right. I need a volunteer who will admit to me in front of all of us privately. Thank you so much, Grace, because you actually fit this mold. You are not living your own life, is what I was going to finish and say. You are living the life of others' expectations. Grace, tell us how.
Well, I became a teacher. And at first, when my mom first asked, she asked me and my sister when we getting ready to go to college. She was like, y'all don't want to be teachers? She was like, no, we ain't got that kind of patience, Mom. We good. And then I worked at a community college here in Galveston in a program called Upper Bound. And it was high school kids. Now, I like working with them. And I was like, you know what? I like teaching kids to tell them to get out of Galveston because there's more to life to Galveston than that. So I said, you know what? I'll become a teacher. 5 years in, I was good. I was ready to go. Mom said, oh, you tired. Take the summer off. Don't do nothing. Jimmy ran back to go in August. Okay, I did that. Ran back to go, energized. Boom, I stayed 5 years too long. I stayed 6 years too long. Okay, because, hey, you got money. Your bills is paid. You got your place. All that. What else you gonna do? Hey, I'm still at the church that I grew up at. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But my brain is like, I don't feel like starting over at another church and get to know new people. No. I grew up here. Hey, boom. So I'm living the expectations of others. Now, before going to church every Sunday, couldn't stand it. It was getting on my nerves. COVID, I'm not going. I made that decision. I ain't going. I don't feel like giving grandma COVID because if she died and I gave it to her, I can't live with myself. I stayed out for 2 years. I went back when God said, okay, go back. I talked to Antonio about it, but I knew he wasn't gonna tell me what to do. Nope. I just wanted to get his thoughts. He said, you know.
Failed. You failed. I didn't give you my thoughts.
Right. He said, you'll know. I asked grandma. She said, you'll know. You'll know when to go back. So I knew when to go back because I heard God say, hey, okay, go back. Now I go to church for me. Before, I was going to church because it was the thing to do.
It's a good. Hold on, Grace. Hold on. Can y'all clap for Grace? Unmute your mics. Clap for Grace.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all gonna sit up here and act like.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna sit up here and act like she just talking.
No.
Grace, I may come back to you, but 98% chance I won't because I'm gonna keep this moving.
Mm-hmm.
But how many of you chose your religion? Raise your hands, raise them high. Don't play with me. Raise your hands, raise them high. You chose your religions. All right, we got 1, we got 2, we got, okay, so we got 5, 6 people. That number's too high, but it may be true. It may be true. It may be true. I don't know. It may be true. Phil has a different religion. He'll tell you, you know what, Phil? Go and tell him what your religion is. He'll tell you what he's a follower of. He'll tell you himself.
Well, I'm a follower of the Nazarene. I know the reincarnation is a fact, and I use astrology to prioritize.
That sounds like a man that chose his own religion. Do you understand? What you call that, Phil? Philism. Yeah, right. It's okay. So we can agree Phil chose his own religion. A lot of y'all got your hands up. I'm not saying you're wrong, but hear me well. If you was born into your religion, you did not choose it. Now, wait a minute before y'all throw stone. Hold on, before the questions, before you throw stone, I got my eyes closed so I can't see you. Can't nobody say. Now, if you're saying, well, when I was 27, I accepted, okay, I understand that. So now I'm going to ask you, did you choose your denomination? I'm asking you that now. See, you can counter, but I'm still going to ask you, did you choose your denomination? And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to get y'all to see something. Okay, so we got a lot of hands up. I believe it's Susan, Trinace, and whoever said something before that. It could have been Trinace. It sounded like Trinace. Go ahead, Susan.
Well, I went to church a few times and I loved it, but my parents really didn't go. My mom grew up Catholic, my dad Protestant, and so they tried it a few times, but it never stuck. And it was when a friend of mine stayed home from school one day. She was real popular and, dated the guy that I always thought was something else. And she stayed home and cleaned her room and hung this dress on the door that she liked. And she went out to ride her horse. And all of a sudden it just took off flying. And she had no control over it and ended up on a main road. And she was killed. And, we all mourned and went to this church that I'd never been to, anything like that, that really, like maybe like the churches you go to. I hadn't been to anything like that before.
Right, fair enough.
And
Good
it really
job for you,
impacted me. It impacted me. And, from then on I kept it to myself because I didn't really know, and I didn't talk to my parents about it because they didn't seem to, know anything about that. But it hit me then, and felt the spirit inside of me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I can testify that Susan chose her. Oh, yeah, they clapping for you, Susan. Y'all go ahead and clap. I can testify through hearing that Susan chose her own religion. I won't tell you why. Trinace, you're next.
So when you go to Catholic school, you're Catholic, right?
Everybody on the planet is Catholic, by the way, if you're Christian, but yes, I do understand what you're saying.
Okay. So we went to Catholic school. So we were Catholic. My great-grandmother and my great-grandmother went to a Baptist church. We went there, but we went there because we stayed the weekend at her house. So we had to go there. When I made a decision to start going to church for myself, I think I may have been close to 30. And I had many friends who went to church and I didn't like them going to church. And I don't mean like them going to church where it was a problem for them to go. It was a problem because of all the rules and regulations. So for me, I had to choose where it wasn't like basic tradition. So anytime I belong in the church and I've lived in different states, I go and visit, and the pastor can't be saved from the room to the tomb type pastor.
And that means you don't know nothing about life. All you know is about the Lord. You don't know nothing about no cocktails, no cognac, no weed, no nothing. So I can't belong there because you can't instruct me on nothing about life.
Fair
So
enough.
the first church I joined, I think they were non-denominational. And that's because the pastor was like, you know, Mother Barbara, she was praying for me and I was drinking the cognac and I was smoking the Toki Tok. So I had to make a decision. I was like, all right, this is the place for me. Let me sign up right here. That was non-denominational. When I moved again, I tried a couple of different places and same thing. It had to be somebody who lived a life before church. If that BC, yeah, BC, before church. So that's always been my thing. So, you know, Antonio teased me about going to Higher D. I love Higher D. I love Higher D for a number of reasons. They're non-denominational. So if I feel like going to church with jeans and flip-flops and holes in my jeans, that's why I be. Because I don't like the tradition of getting dressed up to go. If I want to, which I don't, then I do. Pastor Jay, he is known to have walked the streets with pimps and prostitutes on Bissonnette. Y'all know Bissonnette. That's the whole stroll. So he known to do that. He does the food bank. That's close to Christ to me. All of those things. And the fact that for a couple of years they used to tease him about he had the minister of the holy jeans because anytime he got up to preach, he had holes in his jeans. And he talks about his life, BC. Although he was in church, he talks about the stuff that he used to do in church that was not church-like. So that's why I belong there. For me, you can't really, I got to be able to pick my comfort level based on, I'm not a traditional person. And I can't trust you if you ain't had no life, BC. So I think I chose because of those reasons. Because if I've been to churches who they so saved, they so heavenly bound, ain't no earthly good, I can't belong there.
Okay. So y'all not feeling like a single thing I'm finna say, okay? Not even Susan. So just so we're clear. Nobody's feeling like what I'm about to say. First off, let's clap for Trinace because everything she said was great. Everybody okay with that? Yes? Yes? Cool? Yeah, okay? All right. You're not gonna be okay with what I'm gonna say. It's gonna be kind. It's gonna be gentle. But I can say Susan chose her religion, but barely, like barely. I cannot say Trinace has chose her religion, but I won't tell you why. Not yet. Grace, did you choose? Nope. Not gonna do you. Tracy, where Tracy at? Tracy, you're there.
You know I didn't.
I already know. See, the problem is y'all have this problem, but I'm not gonna tell you what the problem is. And I'm not telling you you're wrong. I didn't say Trinace chose the wrong religion. I didn't say Susan chose the wrong religion. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. But if I ask y'all a question that I'm not going to ask right now, you would flip out. But I haven't asked you the question yet. So the same way, yes, ma'am.
I really felt it. It was never discussed in my home, really.
That's why I'm giving you religion.
Yeah. But what I felt remember I told you my out of body experience?
Right. I remember.
I felt like I was on the ceiling and I was just a kid, and I knew that I felt like there was a spirit in the room with me.
Yeah.
And if I had told my parents that, they would have thought I was crazy. I never told anybody. You guys are probably the first people I've told that to. I think I told it to Phil. But that I knew then, and I was always looking at the clouds and things like that, and just observing. But that experience just went all through me, and I felt that there was something out there that was watching over me. There was some entity that was in my room that was watching me, and then I felt the presence after that all the time, really. And I always kept that to myself. So when this girl did all this stuff, almost like knowing something was going to happen to her that day, that's what the connection was to me. And she stayed home from school. She hung up the dress, which ended up being what they put on her, and that whole thing. The whole thing was so spiritual. That's that's really the first time I went to a real, I call it holy roller type church, that really expressed it. And it just, the spirit just came into me stronger. I never talked about it or went to church really after that or anything like that. It was just, that was that whole experience. It was those different moments in time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. Still not going to give Trinace choosing her religion, even though she may have. This is not about being right. This is not about being wrong. If you come from no religion, great. Trinace didn't say she come from no religion. Hear me well. Listen to me. You don't have to like what I'm about to say. But there was not an option for Trinace to be Muslim or Susan. This is why I said barely Susan. This is why I said barely Susan. This was not an option for Susan to become a witch. Oh, see, I don't like this. It wasn't in their sphere of influence. So if all you did was bounce around Christian and no Christian, did you choose Christianity? Or is that your worldview? I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm not saying this is right. And you can argue with me on another call. But we're not here to answer the question, are you right? We are here to answer the question, was Suki right? By choosing his own beliefs. Did you see what I just did? We're not talking about Antonio. We don't care if Antonio was blank. Let me see what Tracy said. I was around Muslims, but didn't know enough to exactly. So if you didn't know enough, you can't choose Christianity. That's the point. Remember, Jesus was a Pharisee. Who did Jesus argue with all the time, Jerome? Help him out. Help him out, Jerome. Help him out.
He's arguing with the Pharisees and the scribes.
He didn't argue with the Sadducees. They ain't had nothing in common. Who here has been sexually oppressed by a gay person? Anybody? No. I want to know who here from the LBGTQIA, LMNOP, all those people, okay, every alphabet there is. I'm asking you, who here has been sexually oppressed or molested or like forced into something from that community? Yeah, because you don't talk to them. You empathize with them, but that ain't your world. But if I ask someone in the community who has oppressed them, it would be someone in the community. Watch this here. Most of y'all are Christians. Who's experienced church hurt? Don't fool me now. Raise your hand. Don't sit up here and lie to me. Raise your hand. Watch how 100% of this call raise their hands up. Because that's what you know. That's not to say church is wrong. It's to say you went from church to no church. Yeah. So we're not talking about Trinace. We're not talking about Antonio. We're talking about Suki. And Suki had a problem in chapter 2 of Pathbender because Suki recognized he couldn't bend his path because all the thoughts and programming he had in his head was somebody else's path. So when Suki tried to bend his path, he bent his mama life for him. Can I get a witness? He built his daddy life for him. There you go. His society life for him, his church life for him, his Bible life for him. What he did not bend was his own thoughts. So here we got Melissa. She practices Wicca. But did she choose it? She's Native American. What if I'm coming back to that in a second. She's Native American, which ain't too far from witchcraft. So she too, I can make a strong argument. I would be right, but you can't tell me, listen, you're right. So I would just tell you, she didn't even choose her own free thinking religion. The first religion on the planet was witchcraft. Witchcraft has never been bad. The only witchcraft is bad is because propaganda. Christianity is full of witchcraft. Witches have an altar. Jerome's church has an altar. And Jerome goes to the altar every Sunday. Witches have burnt offerings. Jerome has a burnt offering. Approved in Leviticus. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, witches just didn't have good PR.
That's it. That's 100% facts. Yeah, that's 100% facts. That's 100% fact. So here's it. I'm not trying to attack your religion. Please keep your religion, Antonio Trinace. What I am trying to tell you is Suki recognized, wait a minute, did I choose to be Baptist? And Suki went, yeah, I chose to be Baptist. But the choice was, which Christianity do I want to be? And that, my friends, is not a choice. If I'm dating Trinace and I say, all right, listen, I'm gonna slap you, I'm gonna cut you, I'm gonna cheat on you. But these are your options. Oh, I might be faithful every now and then. If she choose one, she ain't choosing a healthy relationship. She choosing from the options I gave her. I'll push that further. Choice is an illusion. And y'all not gonna like this, but the Matrix and the Wachowskis do a good job explaining this. You gotta remember, most of these movies are invented by, well, I can't say woke people no more, Melissa, because woke, they done hijack woke. Woke no longer mean what wokes mean no more. Woke was a completely African term, by the way, that meant to be woke beyond the European standards of oppression. And now it just means liberal. You know, now it's calling Phil an N-word lover. It's what woke means now. It has nothing to do with, you know, surpassing yourself amongst your indoctrination. It means something completely different now. Choice is an illusion. I'll give it to you. You don't have to believe me, Tracy. All I'm saying is Tracy is wearing clothes and a bra and panties and shoes. Well, she is. Tracy, are you clothed? Are you robed? She is robed. It's not inappropriate.
Tracy, do you have your earphones in?
And she on the airplane too,
Thank
right?
you.
Okay, and she on the airplane. She is
Oh, her business out in the
robed.
public.
Tracy is robed. And I'm assuming she ain't get on no plane with no panties. There's germs out there. You understand? It is. Some of y'all got stockings, or at least wore stockings in the 90s, because somebody told you to. Susan know about them thick stockings too.
Why you had to say it like Eartha Kitt in Boomerang?
How many of you know about putting that clear toenail polish on them stockings so that runner stop? Let me see if I got somebody in there. Okay, then. So just so we're clear, that was indoctrination. But hold on. Tracy has on clothes. And I'm not saying clothes is not free thinking, but how did Tracy pick her clothes? Somebody said, this is what we're going to have in this store for the fall. She didn't choose a choice. Someone chose for her and said, choose amongst what I chose. Jamal has shoes, got big feet. He's well endowed with big feet. Pun intended, double pun, double entendre. Some of y'all got it, some of y'all didn't. That's all right.
Big sock. It only means big socks. That's it.
Okay. Jamal did not pick his shoes, Chef Jay. Someone picked for him his shoes, and then he picked from their picks. Adonia ain't wore the same outfit twice since the 3rd grade. That's actually like 90% accurate. It might be a 3rd and a half grade. And she did not choose things. Choice is an illusion set up by winners to convince the people who are not free thinkers to stay in their place. And if you think that's conspiracy theory, you're never going to bend your path. I'm going to say it again. Please write this down as I say it, Grace. I didn't give you a title for today's class, Deanna. This is, well, I ain't going to say it, but you put chapter 2, choosing your own choice. That's today's class. And it's meaty, Ashton. Ashton is meaty. Y'all don't make y'all choices. You got to almost get grown to make your choices. Grace, write this down as I say it. Choice is an illusion created by winners to keep people in their poverty condition. That is not conspiracy theory, Melissa. Well, I got good credit. I made a choice. So you invented credit then, huh? Oh, you don't like that, huh? I invest in the stock market. So you invented that, huh? I know you invented that? I invested in real estate. So you invented real estate. I stop at a stoplight. I'm responsible. So you invented the stoplight, Jerome. I have insurance. So you invented paying for the unenumerable right. That's the 9th Amendment of the United States Constitution, that there are rights that are so innumerable that you shouldn't have to ask for them. And having basic health care, Melissa, is it, would someone please look up the 9th Amendment of the United States Constitution for me? One of you have screen share ability. Look up 9th Amendment. Y'all know I'm a nerd. I got these things memorized. It's 92 amendments of the United States Constitution. That's a lie. It's not even close. It's 27 of them. But that's not the point. The point is, it's 12 continents on the planet. That's also not the point. It's 7 continents. I'm playing with you. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed or denied or disparaged by others to retain by the people. Stop your screen, Deanna, or whoever that is. What does that mean, Antonio? It's too many bigger words. That means Tracy can cuss me out until Tracy violates my right not to be cussed out. Then she's violating my right, and I got to send her to prison. I can file charges on her for telephonic threat. Does Tracy have the right to threaten me? Yes, until it infringes upon my right. Here's what I'm saying. Suki had a problem bending his path in the path bending universe. And Suki said, wait a minute, Tarot. Am I building my life? I'll push that further. Some of y'all had a bad day today. Who decided that? Can I mess your head up? Can I, Aiden, Ashley, can I mess y'all head up? Let me mess y'all head up. What does bad mean? And what does good mean? Nothing. Grace, who taught English here? Tracy teaches English. Grace taught English. Jamal taught English. Antonio taught English. Anybody else here? Okay, good. So we got 4 teachers on the teachings. Is this okay? Tracy, Grace, Jamal, or Antonio. Is bad a verb or a noun?
No.
The noun.
Both of y'all are wrong. It's a verb. It's an action verb. It's a comparative verb.
Adjective.
Adjective.
Comparative adjective. There you go. So think about this. Has no action. It's a comparative thing. What does bad mean? It means I've looked at some standard of bad. This is why we call them comparative adjectives, comparative verbs. I want more. What does more mean? More means nothing until you compare it to some sort of great standard. You missing it. Tracy gets it though. Tracy is getting it. So when Adonia go, no, not Adonia. When Antonio go, Adonia, you treated me bad. I'm comparing her to something else that treated me badly. I'm not saying, Adonia, you're bad. I'm saying, Adonia, before you got here, I have a standard of bad, and you got me messed up because you look like that standard. This is why y'all relationships don't work. Rewind, press play. When you say things like good, bad, you're comparing it to something that got here before our understanding. Now, where's that something coming from, Renee? Well, for some of you, it's the devil and it's the God. And so when you say this is bad, you are evil, you're comparing Trinae's to the devil. The only way that we have an understanding of good, best, and better, comparative adjectives, is because we're comparing them secretly to a standard we're holding in our heads. And my question before we get to Phil, Chef Jay, who put that standard in your head you're comparing me to? Oh, we talking today. Go ahead, Phil.
Rudgert has a line. Here we are again, the start of the end, but there's always more. Here we are
Always.
again, the start of the end, but there's always more.
Always more. Melissa, this is what I know for sure, Melissa. If Melissa disrespected me, I'ma say, you fucking disrespected me. To whom? Who has put the standard of disrespect in Antonio's head? Because Melissa is currently paying for those taxes. Y'all don't want to hear me now. That's all right. See that? See, nope, Grace. I'm making sense. These are called phonetics or phonics or syntax. This is what I'm saying right now. Melissa got here before I got here. And when I say, Susan, let me down to what standard? Who is Susan comparing me to, who's never let her down or who has let her down, and who made her responsible for that mentality? Because Susan wasn't born with it. Chef J, Prophet J, They don't want to hear me today. If
Mr.
I could-
Smith,
come on, man,
Mr.
because you know I'm talking. You know I'm talking,
Mr.
Jerome.
Smith, you on fire today, boy. Okay, because as you are talking, I'm 19 years old. I'm at Fort Hood, Texas.
Fort Hood.
I walked into the chapel,
Mhm,
okay,
mhm.
and this major says to me, hello. I say, hello. Can I help you with something? No, sir, I'm good. He going on about he was doing. I'm walking around the chapter. He says again, you sure I can't help you with anything?
Mm.
I said, no, sir. I said, I go to church back in Baltimore, and I just wonder what the military church looked
Yep.
like. Oh. So he comes up to me and he says, well, tell me something about yourself. And guess what I start doing? Telling him something about myself.
Yes.
Wasn't 2 minutes. He said, oh, I know what your problem is. Excuse me? I'm looking like, excuse me? I'm telling you about me. Oh, he said, I know what your problem is. You don't like yourself. I beg your pardon. I do like myself. He said, no, you don't. And let me tell you what you said, and verbatim. He repeated my words. I heard those words, the same words I spoke out of my mouth. And guess what? He was right.
Right.
I didn't like myself.
Look at yourself.
And after I realized he was right, I started crying,
Mhm.
and then I got angry.
Angry. Got you messed up. Don't call me.
You know why I got, just like
Like
in
you
chapter
yourself.
2, because I said to myself, here I am 19 years old, have lived with myself for 19 years, and here this white boy who ain't never met me, ain't never been, is telling me about me, and I've lived with me for 19 years, and I don't even know about me, because how in the hell does he know?
And
And
he
I
ain't
don't
even
know.
black. He ain't even black. You don't know what he talking about.
I was, Antonio, I was done. But it goes right along with what you're saying.
That's right.
The programming was there,
It was there.
and I didn't know it was there.
You never
And
put
it took
there.
that major to let me see that I had been programmed and didn't even know I was. Oh, and then I got
never
mad.
put it there.
'Cause how could I let that happen to me? Had no choice in the matter. I was programmed. Oh,
Thank you so much,
you?
Jerome. Thank you so
Sorry.
much, Jerome. What if I tell all of y'all?
You never wait a minute, because I don't know if anybody heard. I heard what you said. You said it twice. He said you didn't put it there.
Thank you, Grace. I was hoping they caught it.
You
I was
didn't
hoping
put
they
it
caught it.
there.
Because if you ain't been married for 49 years, all your relationships is by somebody else's standard. Because if it was by your standard, shit would have worked. How about that? You didn't like that? Okay, there you go. It would have worked. It would have worked. I need Grace, do me a favor. I want you to introduce to us the to be verb. In every language, the to be verb is so hard to translate or conjugate. It's really because it's just so irregular. We call it an irregular verb. To be.
Antonio,
Yes, sir.
Jerome, do you remember that major's name?
I do not, Phil.
Oh,
I do not. I do not.
Alright.
Yeah,
That sound
because
like
it
a
was
good
like
book.
it
It sound
feel
like
like
I was
came
going
out
to
of
suggest you send him a
nowhere.
book.
Oh yes. Oh, came out of
That's
nowhere.
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It could
Phil.
have
I
been an
appreciate
angel.
that.
Could have been an
Yeah.
angel.
Could have been an angel. You sure right. You sure right. Grace, pull up the to be verb. This is a verb. So we know a verb is applying action. I'm about to bless your socks off, Antonio. I'm not really talking to Antonio. I'm just using my name because I don't want y'all to be offended. You feel me? I'm about to bless your socks off, Antonio. The to be verb is real personal, Tracy. You know about it. Look at this here. Look. It's right. Look. Am. Pull up one of these subject verb agreements, Grace. Richard, look at am, are, is, are, right? So this is first person singular, first person singular. Anybody ever said I'm before? Your, he's, she's, it's. This is the to be verb. Stop your screen, Grace. Let me help y'all out. Look at me. Everybody look at me. My kids look at me. Look at me. Everybody look at me. Look at me. The to be verb is the most powerful verb on the planet because it's when you make things personal. Can I push it further, Phil? So when you make it personal, it has emotion. Can I push it further, Grace? There's a reason why it's called irregular, because it's irregular for you to be on planet Earth and make things personal. You're going to catch that later. I'm not even going to expound upon it. Let me just keep going. You're going to catch that later. That's a way up there awareness. I'm not even going to expound upon it. Jamal got it, though. The rest of y'all, you're going to catch it. You're going to catch it in your Dorito bags when you eat after this here. Here's the deal. To is T-O-O, not the to-be verb. That's T-O. T-O-O is a comparison. It means also. Now watch this here. Compared to what, Tracy? I want my respect to what? They're gonna hit me today, Melissa. To what? To whom? Who are you comparing yourself or your standard to that this person is violating? Because if you was truly in the law of allowing, whatever Susan is doing is perfect. And she's creating her perfect reality. And there's no reason to tell Susan, I don't like the God you're being. Be the God I can tolerate. Yeah, I said something. Tracy got it. Renee got it. Because every time you tell Adonia to be the God you can tolerate, you also tell Adonia you don't believe in God. You so tough. You so fearful. You don't want God to act in your life. You want God to act like you want God to act in your life. So when you say things to be verb, watch this here. Y'all are not finna like this. Y'all finna get mad at me. It's taking too long. Pull up the screen, Grace, on that to be verb. It's taking. It is. Can you tell us the understood subject, Grace, and it is according to the to be verb? It's easy.
The subject is it.
The subject is it. And who is it? That's a neuter. That's neutral. And that's on the to be, ain't it, Grace? Not
Yes.
on that one, but that's on the irregular. It's called neuter or neutral. Yes, Grace?
Yes.
So is it's taking too long saying to Jerome, he talking about himself?
No.
If I say it's taking too long, I'm saying it's taking too long, but I'm not talking about myself, but I am talking about it's an action happening onto myself. Yes?
Yes.
That's called passive. Stop your god doggone screen, Grace. In all languages, there's something called middle passive voice. Grace, would you mind? Would you pull up middle passive voice examples in English? Tracy is loving this class today, y'all. She's like, oh my God, I be teaching my students this. Middle passive voice is dangerous, Trinace. And we do it y'all never speak in middle passive voice until you hurting yourself. Stop your screen, Grace. I don't want them to be distracted. Nobody here even understands middle passive voice until your negative self-talk starts talking. So I'm gonna give you middle passive voice. I'm gonna have Grace prove it just so y'all can follow the conversation. Jerome, I'm Fisher A for Amen. So I'm gonna explain the text. I'm gonna get a background. So before I make it applicable, I can get some amens because they understand that David was in the cave when this happened. You understand what I'm saying? I gotta do that first, Jerome. You understand? I gotta get some amens. Okay, I'm fishing for amens. I ate my food, past tense. I eat my food, present tense. I will eat my food, future tense. Y'all got that down. I ate myself to death, middle passive voice. Middle passive voice says, I didn't just do the action, Adonia. Oh no, the action happened to me. Can I push that further, Prophet Jerry? I don't know why this always happens to me. If I don't never have no good luck.
Get out my lane. Stay in your lane. Get out my lane.
Y'all self-talk is usually in middle passive. I should already be there. So what you're saying is there, excuse me, what you're saying is not there is so strong, Melissa, it's happening to you. Oh, you don't want to play with me today, Trinace. I should already be there. So what you're saying, Antonio, is whatever not there is, Talisha, is so strong, it's happening unto you. That's why you get not there in your life. Because every word is a spell that is casted. And when you cast those spells unto thyself, so is a man thinketh.
Well,
So
can you
let's see.
rework
can.
that so it works out so you're saying the right stuff instead of saying the wrong stuff?
That's what we call using cognitive dissonance to our example. Jamal is so proper. Do y'all mind if I answer his question? Let's take Talisha. Talisha, she's pretty. Talisha, unmute your mic and say hi to everybody who don't know you. But unmute your mic so you can be on the screen. I don't want the folk later to think I'm just joking around here.
Hello.
There you go. She's like 5'2", 90 pounds. Okay, she said I'm 5'3", 91 pounds. Oh, she 5'5". I said, don't you make me short. I'm 5. Well, how tall are you? 5 foot? You're not even 5'2"? You know what? Susan ain't gonna let me call you short. So you are the proper size. Okay. You are the proper size. Okay. You are the proper size. No doubt about it.
The right size.
That's right. The right size. The right size. Okay. Tracy may have to, her battery is getting low and she's on a fun size, is what Trinae say. Her battery getting low. So if y'all Tracy drop off, she's not being disrespectful. She just her battery died. Let's take Talisha. Talisha is on the stairs. Can we put Talisha? No, you know what? Let's take Talisha. Yeah, let's put Talisha on the stairs. Is this okay? Talisha's at the top of the stairs. I'm answering Jamal's question. This is how you use your negative self-talk to your advantage. But we have to talk about a participle. Grace, do you mind looking up participle for us, please? A participle in English ends with ing. In Spanish ends with D8. No, that's not right. Uviando. ANDO. ANDO is ing in Spanish. And Greek and Hebrew, I'll spell you the Greek and Hebrew. ING is what y'all understand since we are speaking English. Is this okay? This is an English-based class. We assume that Melissa speaks English. This means it modifies or describes a noun or a pronoun. Present participle example, the ing baby, crying baby, had a wet diaper. Past participle is the wrecked car was totaled. We'll leave past participle alone. For this example, stop your screen, Grace. The reason why y'all can't manifest your prayers, Prophet Jerry, is because you got them in participles. Deanna just got it. Don't worry about it. I'm finna bless y'all. Talisha, beautiful self, is on the top of the stairs. Talisha went down the stairs. That says, Susan, she started, she got the blessing. Can I get an amen? Okay, Tracy, see where I'm going. I mean, Trinae, see where I'm going. If down the stairs was her goal, when Talisha went down the stairs, it says she took the action, arrived, and is finished. Rewind, press play. I'm gonna put it to everybody talk now. How many of you would like to be, I was a millionaire last year? How many of y'all would like to hear that kind of talk? Because it means I got it already. Go ahead, Deanna. Oh, come on, go ahead.
So instead of me, when it comes to my law of attraction saying, I'm going to have 349,800,000.
That's why they go, because you got God always going to give it to you.
I need I'm gonna need him to just go and give it to me. So
Nope, because that ain't what you said.
I know.
God is obedient to whatever you ask or think.
So he's always going to be giving it to me. I will never receive it. But if I say I am already $349,800,000 in abundance.
Right. And I live that. I receive that. I act like that. I smell like that. I dress like that. My car is like that. My savings is like that. I save 10% of my income like that. I read books like that. My friends also have $346 billion. So I don't hang with everybody. And the moment the rest of Melissa's life act like her goals, your goals will come. But see, y'all talking. But when God look at your life, when Spirit look at your life, when Source look at your life say, "Oh, you just talking." How many of you ladies want a man that just talk? Let me see if I got somebody who's there. Oh, Adonia, I'm gonna take good care of you. As soon as she trusts him, oh, baby, can I get $20? I mean, I'm gonna take care of you next payday. You feel me? Okay, you see that? Okay, so watch this here. Okay, I got you, Talisha. Give me 1 minute. Talisha's up the stairs, and then she went downstairs, which by casting spells, she got the blessing. If you don't understand it, I'll make it to you simple. Before Talisha's feet ever got downstairs, her mind went there first. Her feet caught up with her mind. But when she going downstairs, her mind never gets there, so her feet never get there too. Rewind. Go ahead. I'm gonna press play a little bit after you finish, Talisha. We're gonna make it plain today.
Oh no, my stuff was about what you said about the guy. That's what my thing was, because I was gonna say I hate when men say I got you.
It's irritating, ain't it? Ain't it irritating? I got you, baby. I got
all
you.
lies. All lies.
Okay, well, we know. We know her last experience.
I put something on
it. I put something on it. Demanda, if you just let me, you know what I'm saying? You know, give me all the box. Yeah, if y'all don't know what that means, don't worry about it. But give me half the responsibility, though. You know, I want all the box stuff. But let's split the bills in half. Did I give you half this box? I'm sorry, my bad. Don't worry about it. Don't.
You speaking.
Thank you so much, Renee. I thought I was out there by myself. Monique can't give half that golden triangle. Therefore, it's okay.
Come on, golden triangle.
Okay, there you go. So long as it's understood, you ain't get half. Don't split half. But I got to move on. Talisha's at the top of the stairs. And Talisha say, I'm fixing to go. Not good enough. Talisha go, I go. Watch this here. This is what the church taught y'all. I go downstairs. That's a complete sentence. The problem with go downstairs, Jerome, is you never got downstairs. So when Pastor Antonio Theodore Smith Jr. say, I need y'all to believe in what you want, you never receive what you want, because believing has nothing to do with receiving. Oh, you ain't like that. Believing has nothing to do with receiving mode. Believing has everything to do with asking mode.
Mr. Smith,
and believe.
Mr. Smith,
You
stop.
talk to
Mr. Smith, stop. Okay. Check this out. Okay. You are on fire. Okay. All right. We need a water hose for you right now. Okay. And that's a good thing. All right. But let me tell you something.
Yes,
because like I told you, you struck my brain. My brain went, that happened to you when you was 19 years old. So you got me, right? But I'm telling you right now, Mr. Smith, can I keep it 100 with you?
Yes, sir.
I'm an old man, okay? I'm not Talisha. I'm an old man. And you moving too fast. But I got the fertile soil. I'm waiting for it. You're moving too fast. Come on, dog. Okay.
I got you. I got
you.
you.
Stirred me up.
I stirred you up. I stirred you up. I ain't mad at
You got that. You stirred that soul up, brother. I'm waiting for the seed now.
You wait on the seed. Well, here's the seed. If you want to answer Jamal's question, well, Antonio, how do I going my way to my blessings then? Yeah. See, Talisha needs to understand that going, participle is an action that has no end in sight. Y'all ready? But I'm on my way. See how they changed it? Did you see how they changed it? Oh, shucky ducky. Wait a minute. Wait, I need to sit down. Okay. I'm gonna treat this like a funeral. I need all my church folk to change this funeral up. You hear me? So if you from the church, I need you to shout in this joint, because these dead folk, they don't understand that this is a celebrate. This is a celebration. You hear me? So I need all you church folk. If you claim to be Christian, I need y'all to help me wake up these dead folk up in here. Because Jerome or Talisha says, I ain't got down the doggone steps. I don't know how to get down the steps. I'm still up these joints, but I'm on my way.
Watch yourself.
They not hearing me, Phil. I don't know how to get there. It's 27 of them, 13 of them. The wheelchair won't go down. I'm hurt and I can't get there, but I'm on my way. See, when you receive, I'm on my way, it is equivalent to saying, God, I know you got me. I'll see you when I get there, but I am getting there.
Watch yourself.
Come
Grace,
on now.
Go and pull up that scripture. Lord, we don't know what to do. Come on.
But our eyes. Watch yourself.
That's in the Bible. Lord, we don't. Grace, pull it up so I can read. I want to lead. I want you to know that this young king, Phil, was like 14 years old. The kingdom was all jacked up, Melissa. The last king, Ashton, strayed them away from God. And this 14-year-old boy fooled around and went to the part of the kingdom, Trinace, ain't nobody go to. And they found the word. A young boy saw the word and say, now, wait a damn minute now. This been down here. This the truth? Lord, we don't know what to do with this situation, but okay, I'm gonna read it to you just in case y'all thought I was lying. Grace, go ahead and just scroll up just a little bit. Just there you go. Go to verse 1, Grace, because they no. After the Moabites and the Ammonites, enemies, and with them some of the Mennonites came against Jehoshaphat for the battle. Some men came and told Jehoshaphat, a great multitude, player, is coming up against you from Edom, them gangsters from beyond the sea. They got boats and stuff. And behold, they are in Hazanon of Tamar, and this is in Gidi. Then Jehoshaphat was afraid. You understand, Jerome, and set his face loud. And he proclaimed a fast throughout all of Judah. Jehoshaphat was so afraid, Talisha. Jehoshaphat said, no, none of you Negroes eat today. They about to kill us. And then Judah assembled to seek help from the Lord, from all the cities of Judah. And they came to seek the Lord, and Jehoshaphat stood in the assembly of Judah in Jerusalem, in the house of the capitalized Lord Adonai, Grace. before the new court and said, "Oh Lord God, our fathers are you not in heaven, God?" Y'all ever been there before? God, what the hell are you doing up there? Is it stop your screen? Stop your screen, Grace. Stop your screen. I need to hood this up Antonio Smith style. I did stop your screen, Grace. I did this to somebody yesterday. I ain't gonna say who it was. You stop your screen, Grace. It's probably froze on you. Okay, you try. She say she tried. I got you. I just need them to see me. Okay, you understand? It's all right. It's all right. Just keep it up. Keep it up. I need to hood this up, Jerome. Y'all ever been so mad? God, what you doing? Like, this is not what we. This is some bull jive. Oh, y'all don't want to see. That's why y'all can't get help.
Come on, and that's
That's why you can't get help, because you act like you ain't never been mad at God. Anybody else been mad at God besides me? God, you want some bull jive?
Plenty of times.
You did this to me? Me? I've been paying my this month down there. Don't even do nothing. She in Miami every 30 days. She in Miami. Can't even keep a man. Always in Miami. Here I am doing the right thing. Everybody ever said that before? Yeah, I don't want to.
You better believe it. You better believe it. Pissed as hell.
My damn engine light on. My transmission went out. And you know I take 16 folk to church every day. See, y'all don't want to play with me. That's all right. See, y'all can't get blessed. Because when God looked down at Melissa, God can't see Melissa. That's not the truth. I'm just saying. I'm just using names, so don't get offended. Share your screen, Grace. Jehoshaphat, go. God, ain't you up there, cuz? That's it. Jerome, tell me, that's in the text. That's in the text. It don't matter how my raspy voice portray it. That's in the text. Ain't you in heaven? Because this some bull jive. Yeah, I don't want to. That's all right. Chef Jay, it's just me and you. I should have been there. How about that? I should. You just
Can I get Deanna to do it?
No, okay. I got you. Just send me the link. Send me the link. Just send me the link. This some bull jive. Shoot, you know is it, y'all know what I'm talking about? Deanna, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Come on. Confess these sins, man. Confess these sins.
Go ahead, Deanna, if you want to go.
Oh no, I've said that. I mean, got me some bull. Look, what the hell?
It's a bull
jive. What you doing? We ain't talked about this. I don't know what this is, but make it stop. You lost your damn mind.
It's some bull jive.
Now,
I'm 54 years old and you doing me like this, and I've been in church all my life. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Renee. I'm just trying to get it.
The plan was when I moved to Georgia, some odd years ago, the plan was I was gonna stay there for a year and then Renee was gonna dip so I could move back up north. I said, I ain't fooling with these Georgia people. But the year that I was gonna leave, my income tax got taken away from the student loan people. You talking about one girl that was crying. And I said, God, I've been doing what you asked me to do. And you took my cheese away from what I was going to get up out of here with.
Yeah.
Crying and fussing. Like, this ain't, I'm trying to get out of here. You trying to keep me here. I'm trying to dip. I'm trying to live my best life. I'm going to move back to Philadelphia and live my best life. And you keeping me back. I said that to God. I said,
don't it feel like that?
I'm hot.
Don't it feel like God good to everybody else but you? Anybody else got that?
I was like, shoot, man, I ain't got no car. You ain't helping me, sir.
Hold on real quick, Renee. We need some more folk to get on your level. Anybody else feel like God good to everybody but you? Come on. Oh, they on what? Okay, there you go.
Okay, kinda, sometimes.
Okay, kinda. God be out here tripping. Why he get to retire? Look, somebody just text messaged me and said, you tell him this. How he gonna talk to me crazy and I get fired? Ain't that how it works? That's called Daniel in the lion's den. So I prayed my way to death because that's what Daniel did. Oh, see, y'all don't want to keep it real. That's all right. So here's the screen. Verse 6 and Jehoshaphat still assembly. I'm gonna go verse 5. Jerusalem, in the house of the Lord, the new court, and said, "Oh Lord, oh God, our fathers, ain't you in heaven, cuz? You out here tripping, B. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was everybody eats, B. You out here tripping." And said, "Oh Lord, our God, our fathers, aren't you in heaven? Don't you rule over these people trying to kill me? In your hand and your power and the might, so that none is able to withstand you. I thought if I prayed to you, don't let me get fired, you'd fix it." Oh, y'all don't want to play. See, y'all don't want to play. I thought that when I prayed to make this relationship work, you'd fix it. I went to counseling. I see, y'all don't want to. I thought if I invested this money in my business, it would work. I bet I got all y'all now. Bet I got all you now. Did you not drive out our God, the inhabitants of this land? Did you not say Trent Press was mine? Did you not say Demery was mine? Did you not say that I'm Grace Sanders and I sell every day? Did you not say, Lord, I'm Adonia, I'm gonna make my first job? My job, my first client. Did you not say that? How many of you heard clearly from the Lord and it still ain't came yet? Come on. No, see, y'all don't want to see. Thank you so much, Prophet Jerry. The rest of them, they lie.
You ain't right. You ain't right, boy. You ain't right.
You lit the incense. You saw in the jar. You saw in the sacrifice. You saw it be accepted by your ancestors. It changed, didn't it, Melissa? Didn't it, Deanna? You saw it changed. You saw the ancestors accept it.
I did my part.
And it still ain't here. Still ain't here, Damali. See, I'm trying to get everybody, Damali. I'm trying to get everybody, Jamal. I respected that woman. You gonna let her disrespect me like that? I'm trying to get everybody like that. I did everything. And right here, watch this here. Watch this here. If disaster comes upon us, the sword of judgment, the pestilence, the famine, we will stand before this house. I'm gonna be in church before you. This your damn house. I'm sorry, he didn't say that, but that's my translation. If I die, Lord, I'm gonna die in front of this church, Susan. That's what he say. Jerome, is this in the Bible? Did I highlight it? Did I? Okay, thank you so much. And cry out to you. Did he say this? And cry out to you. Right, it's right here. Grace, is it right here? And cry out to you in our affliction, and you will hear and save. And now behold, these motor scooters, these MFers. And I'm gonna tell you who they is. They the Moabites. They're the people from Ammon. They're the people from Mount Seir. These the folk who wouldn't let your chosen people invade when you told them this the land. Y'all ever had that happen to you, Talisha? God told you go over there. Y'all ever had God send your steps into trouble? I'm trying to be relatable. Anybody ever had the Lord order your steps into trouble? Is this? Because see, y'all want God to order your steps, but you forget.
All my life.
You forget all these steps, Susan, ain't about peace and prosperity. Oh, God sent your Jesus, Susan, to the wilderness to starve for 40 days. 2.5 years later, sent him to the cross blamelessly. So all your steps, Jerome, ain't about milk and honey. Some of your steps, Holy Spirit sanctified, gonna lead to your crucifixion. How do you handle it, Grace? When God tell you, Trinace, go on over there, Chef J, I'ma kill you. I'm just in chapter 2 of Pathfinder. I'm just in chapter 2 of Pathfinder.
You want me? The story of Jonah is it's my favorite story.
You got that Jonah spirit, just like me, just like all of us.
I got some Cash App hit. I don't know what just happened, but anyway.
Somebody say, God bless you.
And Jonah is my bro because he was like, you want me to do what? I'm gonna go this way. That's me.
You know what? That's a good point, yeah. Hold on. Let me. That's a good point because Jonah was like, Jonah had the heart of Susan, but these folk was wrong. So do you mind if I put that into 2023 terms?
Please do.
Okay, so I want y'all to think. Now, Susan ain't never said this. I'm going to use her good heart because Jonah had a good heart. He was blameless. That's the text. Jerome, in my line, he was a good man. He was a prophet, for God's sake. So let me tell you what Jonah was going through. Jonah was told by God, go to Trump and tell Trump everything gonna be all right. I'm gonna bless him. And everything he ever did, I'm gonna get rid of all them felonies. I'm gonna get rid of all them cases. He gonna be blameless. No.
You talking about?
No. The people of Nineveh Nineveh might as well be DC. This is okay. Jerome, am I lying?
They was wicked.
Okay.
And Jonah said, if I go to them, they're gonna repent. That's why he didn't go. They don't deserve to be forgiven.
Got you too soft. You don't know what Trump did. Just today, Trump got served with another special case. But like this just happened today, like 4 hours ago. And Susan, Susan never said this. I'm just using, we all love Susan. We know she has a good heart. Susan just said last week, oh my God, I hope he gets saved. So this is a perfect example. And Jonah was like, nah, not Trump. You don't understand. He did a Capitol riot.
God, I ain't going over there.
See, Jonah didn't say Trump don't deserve it. That was 10% of his argument. Jonah was saying, God, you too nice. That's not justice. Damali, am I making this make sense, man? That's not justice. All them people they hurt. Because if you don't know what Nineveh was doing, they were taking slaves, and they would. So you know what American slavery did? They took slaves, and then they spread them all across the world for nobody could. So they lineage. What that Nineveh started that. Yes, folk went to Nineveh to no longer have a narrative, no longer have a heritage, no longer have a lineage, and Jonah was like, nah. It's not that I got a problem with them, God. I got a problem with you not having a problem with them. I can't do it. Go ahead, Grace.
There's a young lady who goes to my church. Her father killed her mother. And this young lady,
you talking about too.
She was a baby. She was 3 months old when he did this. So her grandmother went to the trial. Dude taunted grandma every time they had to go into the trial. Every time. I mean, from what I understand, he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I was at Texas A&M when this happened. And of course, he's in jail. He's up for parole when the young lady turns 30. She's now 25. But ask anybody in that church, hey, you think you should get out?
Not a damn person, but
not a damn person.
You know what? He repented. Right. Don't let him out.
I always think about that. I say, what if he accepts, what if he accepts God in his life?
They all gonna say what his soul say, but he need to do the time. So Jonah was not wrong in conventional human understanding. So I need y'all to get, when Susan say, we can't let injustice like that happen, we don't disagree. So Deanna brought up a real good case there. And Jehoshaphat is having this problem, Grace. Look at the screen. Jehoshaphat is saying, man, I can't do it. And now, behold, God, you out here tripping. These folk is tripping on us. Did you not destroy them? You can. Verse 11. Behold, they reward us by driving us out your city, your possessions. The hell I'm praying for. Come on, Jerome. Come on, Jerome. No. How many of you? Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna try to get everybody, Chef Jay. I'm gonna try to get everybody. How many of you want to deal with a man for 7 years, polish him up for another woman to hit the jackpot? Let me see if I got a witness. Let me see if I got one out there. Is there one?
I will cut him first. He ain't gonna make it to her.
Is there one? Okay, so just so we understand, this is exactly what Jonah is saying. I mean, Jehoshaphat. Y'all get it? Come on, God. I've been a good king. And here's the deal. There were only 8. Oh, wrong one. There were only 8 good kings. There were only 8 good kings in the southern kingdom. Only 8, Grace. Jehoshaphat was one of them. Oh, our God. He did 11 verses of complaining. Jerome, did you count them? 11. Jerome, sometimes your prayers ain't pretty. Can I get a witness?
Not 11 verses of complaining.
Amen.
I never thought about that.
Where's Talisha at? Sometimes, Talisha, God got to get this heat. See, that's your problem. The reason why God can't do no work in you because you ain't real.
You're right.
Sometimes God got to get this heat. Sometimes God got to get this heat. Sometimes.
No, you're right.
Come on, man.
Sometimes I speak inappropriately to God because he pissed off.
That's 11 verses of pistivity.
Didn't Job give him chapters of heat? Didn't Job give God chapters of heat?
40 chapters, 39 chapters. And on the 40th chapter, God checked Job. Where was you?
It checked him real bad.
I spun the world into existence. Now, I done heard you for 39 chapters.
Okay.
Shit, where was you?
God was the old man in barbershop. Okay, you didn't go too far.
You didn't go too far. Where was you when I spun this word into existence? All that damn complaining. This is what God said. He didn't say it that way, Trinae, but I'm a heathen. Okay. I'm just I'm anointed heathen. That's what I am. I'm an anointed heathen. I am not going to heaven. Susan is. I'm going to have to get a full 3-day pass to heaven. That's it. I'm hoping those 3 days feel like 1,000 years. I'm not going in. Jerome going in. You understand? Jerome going in. 11 verses, Talisha. You going to do me like this? You're going to do, look, this whole section is called Jehoshaphat's prayer. And I need y'all to get, for 12 of these verses, Trinace, Jehoshaphat was pissed off. And then in the middle, look at this, not the end, but how many of you know sometimes in the middle of your rant, you find praise?
Watch yourself.
Yes.
Adonia, if you bring your problems to God, you'll wind up praising your way out of them. You know what? That's okay.
That's straight up.
Okay.
Straight up.
That's okay. That's okay. Look, this man complains and then he goes, "Oh, our God, will you not execute judgment on them? For we are powerless against them, this great horde coming against us." And in the middle of that, we don't know what to do, but our eyes are on you.
Yes.
That's a famous scripture in the Bible, Susan, because sometimes that investment don't come back soon enough. Ain't that right, Grace? I'm just trying to, Talisha, I'm trying to get, sometimes God be tripping. I know y'all afraid to say God be tripping, but let me tell you something. I'm 40, kids, Ashton, Aiden, Aaron, listen to me. Listen to me. I want y'all, look at me, buddy. Look at me. I want y'all to look at me. And then you can go back to paying attention to the screen. God ain't never did what I wanted God to do when I asked God to do it. It's never happened. Y'all can go back to paying attention, however you was doing. Anybody else got a witness out there like that? I have never asked God for anything and it happened when I needed it to.
Or how I wanted it to.
Oh, it's never happened how I wanted it to. It ain't never happened when I needed to. Now I know you're gonna go, well, it always happen when you need it. No.
No,
Susan, you're
no,
right.
I
But
needed
when
it.
I
when
need it, I
asked
need it
me.
now. I need it now. It happened when my soul needed to, but I'm not talking about my soul, Susan. I'm separating my lower self from my higher self. I needed it when I got that foreclosure. Help me, somebody. I needed it when I got fired. I needed it when I got divorced. Come on, y'all. I don't want to hear, oh, and the Lord work in mysterious ways, but working my way. And I'm
It ain't
telling y'all,
mysterious if it's in mine.
That's
So
it.
kept being mysterious and working my way, and we'll be okay.
I'm just trying to tell y'all from the bottom of my heart. Source, spirit, God, universe, Talisha, ain't never did what I needed it to do when I needed it to do it. But I always win, no matter what. Susan, they missed it. I did the whole thing. I be frustrated and still win. Can I get a witness? How many of you have had multiple worst days of your life? Come on, participate. Come on. Multiples, huh? Multiples. This is the worst day of my life. 2 months later. No, this is the worst day of my life. Sometimes it just takes 24 hours to roll. This is the worst day of my life. And every time, Trinace, you made it out. Nah, I need y'all to, as long as you breathe in Prophet Jerry, the story ends on a high note. So listen to, feel it. Listen to me. If you are in a down note in your life right now, God ain't through with you, because there's not a single text in the Bible of somebody, not in the Quran, not in the Torah, of somebody believing in God and it ended on a down note. It's never happened. Go ahead, Phil.
2 things, and I said this earlier this week. General George G. Patton said, "Nothing's ever as good or as bad as it seems." And then you go down to verse 30. The kingdom of Jehoshaphat was calm, his God granting him peace on all of his frontiers.
All of
it. That's the Jerusalem Bible. I don't know what you guys are saying. Go to verse 30. What do you guys say on verse 30?
Verse 30 says, so the realm of Jehoshaphat was quiet, for his God gave him rest all around. Rest all around. Jerome, 29 verses of struggle to get to rest. Talisha, I don't know what you're going through. I know a little bit, but I know it ends in rest. Let me get to a few more of these squares. Damali, I know it ends in rest. Y'all want to, can I tell y'all some of my favorite scriptures of all time? And if I got 3 scriptures that's tied for number 1. And when you think about them, it makes sense because I'm so me, I need these scriptures. You hear me? Scripture number 1. Be faithful. Please write these down, Grace. Be faithful over the few. I'll make you rulers over many. Now, this is the whole parable of the talents. You fool, run that. You ain't want to do nothing. Run it to Jerome. Give to Ashton more of what he had. Get an Ada more of what you have, and take from Talisha what she had because she didn't appreciate it. Y'all into your master's joy. He can't, because if he was faithful to the few, I'd have made him rule over many. Is that Jerome in my line? Is it not in there? Okay, the reason why that resonate with me so much, Susan, because it don't say be white. Y'all don't want to hear me. It don't say be black. It don't say be smart. Don't say have what. It says be faithful. And Susan, one day, many years ago, I said, well, hell, I can do that. Just appreciate what I got. Oh, you ain't saying nothing. How many of you can genuinely say, I don't know how to get more, but I damn sure know how to appreciate what I got? I can't figure out this money thing, but if you telling me, if I just appreciate what I got, it's gonna work out. I don't need to figure out this money thing. That's why I like that.
Okay, so
scripture.
I just got that. Okay,
You just
thanks.
got it.
You just made it make sense.
I just made it make sense to you.
Even if it's 20 cents in the bank, I just need to be grateful for what
Donald
it's 20
Trump
cents.
can't read on the 3rd grade level out loud and is a billionaire. He is faithful to the few he got. Floyd Mayweather can't read on the 3rd grade level, but in 90 minutes can make $280 million. You ain't got to be smart, Susan. You got to be faithful. You ain't got to figure this out. Y'all in ATS classes, give me step by step. You don't need step by step. You need to be faithful.
I do have a question though.
Okay, let me say this one statement.
Okay.
Every single person here on this call has every single thing that you need to get to your next level in your influence. The problem is you're not faithful to your closet. You're not faithful to that stuff you wrote down. See, you had inspiration, Talisha. You said, ooh, I'm gonna write this in my notes. And you ain't looked at it in 3 months. You ain't faithful to that book you said was gonna make you a millionaire, still unread on your bookshelf. But if you be faithful to that inspiration you got a couple of months ago, Damali, you get out that situation. Okay, go ahead, Grace. We had to go ahead and wrench around and wrench it off.
Okay, my question was, you got 20 cents in this, 25 cents in this bank. Be faithful to 25 cents. How?
Okay. You know what? No. Let's forget how.
Okay.
You know, that's a good question, Grace. Hold on. I'm glad you said how. Is there anybody here who ever asked how and been blessed? Is there anybody? Because I've never seen it in my entire life. I'm not saying it's not possible.
I was gonna say Tracy, because she asks you how every time, and you tell her stuff, and she'd be like, okay.
It ain't working. Now, she's working, but focus on how never solves the problem.
It keeps me stuck because I don't move. It keeps me stuck because I don't move until I have the answer to the how, when I should have been moving without the answer to the how.
Jerome Pastor would have said, worry about who, not how. That's what Jerome Pastor would have said. But it's the truth. Let me tell you why it's the truth, Damani. Because how is God's job? 90% of success is showing up, Talisha. It's not showing up with the answers. It's showing up with a well attitude. Every great teacher, every great book has said that. Phil tell you every chance he get, how do y'all show up to these calls? Every chance he's having an unused mic. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, then it really comes down to the why.
Yeah.
And even before the why, it's the will. It's the willpower. Do you have the willpower? Do you have the self-discipline? Do you have the self-control? So it's the wills, then the whys, and then you figure out the hows.
The how will show up.
Yep.
The how will show up. Deanna, the how is God's job. The universe knows the fastest, quickest, most harmonious way, Talisha, to get you to the how. The more you focus on how, Grace, it's the more you're going to be stuck in how. Go ahead, Deanna, and I'll finish answering Grace's question.
What I have been using to remove the how is Exodus 14:14. Okay, I'm gonna give Exodus 14.
Share your screen, Grace.
But
no, you share your screen, Deanna. You share your screen. Her computer might mess up.
But I'm gonna do it in the message version because the message is, I'm gonna share it in the message version.
Jerome say whatever Bible you reading is the best Bible.
Right. Yep, that's what you taught me. So here it is. This is Exodus 14:14. God will fight the battle for you, and you keep your mouth shut.
Look at that. Who knew that was in the Bible? No. Who knew that was in the Bible? No. Don't fool me now. Is it?
Deanna just put that in there today.
Okay, thank you so much. She just put that in there today.
The reason why I've been using that is because if you subconsciously, I understood the first time I heard it, it clicked with me, and I had to ask again, wait, repeat that. Because what I understand from that is when I'm asking for the how, I'm asking how to fight the battle.
That ain't your job.
That ain't my job. So Exodus 14:14, God told me, sit down, shut up, and let me do my job.
Right. Can y'all have faith and ask how at the same time?
Nope.
It's 100% faith or 100% how. There ain't nothing else. So Grace, if you got 25%, 25 cents in your bank account, if you be faithful to that 25 cents, you would get to 25 million. So 20, that don't make sense. Okay, watch this here. I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. Grace, which one is God? 25 cents or God? Which one's stronger?
God.
25 cents. Is that American money?
Yes.
So the Bible got America in it.
No.
The Old Testament got America in it.
No.
When the world began, there was the United States Department of Treasury.
No.
So you stressing about something that just got here in 1776.
Yep.
Y'all don't see a problem there? I see a problem there. Because God ain't started existing for grace in 1776.
See, you just slowed that thing down, boy. I like that.
Down.
I like that, boy.
I mean, it's how old is your God, Talisha? Well, I mean, I lost my house today. So your God is weak, just letting you lose houses. Who out here serves a weak God? I'm interested. Who has weak ancestors? Who has a weak God? Anybody just like woke up one day and was like, you know what? I want to serve a really weak God that's going to be mad at me all the time and let me down. Anybody did that? So what y'all stressing about then? Taking your house is what you needed. It was clearly costing you too much money. Taking your job is what you needed. It was clearly messing up your vibration. Okay, I told somebody this yesterday. I said it to y'all before. Maybe we'll try again. Go ahead, Phil.
Let me give you the Jerusalem Bibles 14:14.
I like this.
Yahweh will do the fighting for you. You have only to keep still.
Keep still. And do an Oprah and go to your next best move and your next best move and your next best move. Here's what Susan understands. Susan understands she can only get one experience at one time. She can only get complaint or praise. One of them can exist at one time. So if Susan is complaining, she's also pushing away praise, profit, breakthrough. You can only get one experience at a time. But here's the deal. Susan can get every experience she ever prayed for, but she can only live one experience at a time. I'm gonna try it again, Jerome. Susan ain't the Holy Spirit. She can't be 8 billion places at one time. She can be filled with the Holy Spirit, but she can't have every experience. Can I push that further, Jerome? Susan can't speak frog. She can't speak cat. She can't speak dog. She can't speak Arabic, but the Holy Spirit can. Susan can't be, right now, somebody in Iraq is praying right now, Holy Spirit over there, and in Susan. Susan can't do that. Susan got to have herself right here, and she gets to choose an experience. Just one. She can have unlimited, but she can't have unlimited at a time. She, in her flesh, her tabernacle, can only do one experience at a time. So you either going to be fired, that's your experience, or God's making room for you, that's your experience. But whatever running out your mouth, running through your subconscious, that's where free will is bending to. Well, she broke up with me. Your wish is my command. Here's more of that. Every song will come on the radio about breakup. Every song. Every single song. You can only get, Renee, one experience at a time. But you can have all that you pray for. And some of y'all mess yourselves up. This is what y'all do. This is what you do. You act like Susan. Oh, God, this is great. I want more. God goes, your wish is my command. And Susan wake up, it's gone. Wait a minute. I needed that. No. My kingdom can't come until that kingdom leaves. You said you want more. Did I push it, Jerome? You said you wanted more. So the thing that was blessing you had to pass away.
Watch yourself.
But you, in your finite thinking, go, oh my God, I lost it. You didn't lose it. It was on the way until you said, oh my God, I lost it. Well, there you go. That's what you got. Go ahead, Deanna.
Okay, is that why instead
Yes.
of
The answer
desiring
is yes.
more, okay, instead of desiring more, you show gratitude, because when you show gratitude, it'll bring you more of what you show gratitude for. Instead of I want more of that, then you get more of that and you miss out on what's coming next because you show gratitude for because instead of showing gratitude, you just desired more of that one thing. And instead of having if you would have gratitude for it, more things would have come your way that would have enhanced and would have added more abundance would have come your way. But because you were stuck on that one thing and how that one thing made you feel, that's the only thing you get, and you miss out on all the other abundance.
So glad you said that. Years ago, I've been preaching this thing here since 2012. Possible week 4. This is my non-religious version. It's inspired by the biblical teachings of Rick Warren, Saddleback Church, and written by me. And in week 4, I take you through the first law of financial prosperity, the law of contentment. And in this joint, I know it's small, and I'll blow it up for you. And I'm gonna get your names right after. I know it's small, but watch this here. I literally say there are 5 damaging things that happen to you when you don't follow being content. This is how Paul says it to Susan. Oh, I've learned to be a based and about whatever state that I'm in. I am content, for his grace is sufficient for my journey. So watch this here. Wanting more brings more pain. Can anybody relate? I want $346 billion. All right, you're gonna get 346 billion pains.
Hey, hold what you got.
No, but that's the process. That's the process. Wanting more brings more debt. How many of you, your first job, you had so much money when you were 17, and the more money you made, the less money you had? Can I get a witness? Is there somebody?
Yes, Lord.
Mm-hmm. It was so cool when Susan was out there putting a quarter in the gas tank and buying the shoes, on her $1.25 salary plus tips. That was so cool. Today, Susan need $1 billion just to be broke. Like, wanting more causes more debt. Wanting more brings more worry. Wanting more brings more problems. Wanting more brings more dissatisfaction, Jerome, because every day you don't get it, Talisha. God ain't with me today. So the secret to wealth is gratitude. Anybody if you disagree with this? And here's the deal. It's not natural for Jerome to go, I got all I need and I'm so grateful. That's unnatural. Is there somebody that's going to testify with me like this is unnatural?
You're right.
Okay, thank you, Grace. So Antonio wrote down 4 things that y'all need to do. Stop comparing myself to other people. I'm not 70 like Phil. You go to Instagram looking at Trinae's highlights. Talking about, man, Usher had that. That's her highlights. She ain't showing you her struggle. She not showing you them snotty face tears she cried.
Listen, you act like you was looking online at church without the state convention today. Charles Carter, Pastor Charles Carter Jr. said his son, well, his kids asked him, hey, go create a Facebook page so it can, you can create more buzz. People can see you, church and things like that. Because he said, that ain't my thing, but I did it for, I did it because they asked. And he was like, he started posting pictures, and one of the preachers was like, man, you sure living good. He was like, nah, whatever I've been doing, I kind of get, I get things. People just bless me. He's like, nah, but all the pictures you put, he was like, people don't show you the mortgage when it was 2 months past due that they paid. People don't show the light bill when your light is cut off. People ain't gonna show when you got hurt. No, they only show the highlight. He said what you said.
Highlights. Only the highlights. Only the highlights. And all you see is Adonia polished nails. You don't see when she chipped them and had to go get them done. You don't see that. She's like, I got one chip right now. Did it today. Did it today on the stapler. You don't see that. You don't see when Talisha cried. Yeah, she divorced now and she got her life back, but you don't see when she was too afraid to get divorced. You don't see when she looked at the front door with nobody there, but it was a prison and she locked herself in. So you don't see that. You don't see that. You just see, all right, take your life back. No, you don't see when she couldn't even open the doorknob and get free. You don't see that. Come on, Trinae.
Okay, I'm finished chewing, so this works. My auntie Jay, Coach Tony's mama, she been dead for a year. And what she always used to tell me was God will give you more when you open your hand. Because He can't give you nothing if your hand is closed. So she would always say, throw away stuff in your closet. Give away stuff in your closet. Give away shoes. Get rid of. And every time I get rid of that extra that I was unwilling to get rid of, that I know I was too fat for it, I know I wasn't gonna wear it no more. Every time I got rid of it, something else came. So physically that works. So it would have to work spiritually, and so it is in the natural, so it is in the supernatural.
That's right. That's right. There's a whole scripture for that, huh? Whatever you do in heaven, be done on earth.
Right. So I know I'm eating and listening, but
you good.
This makes sense.
It does.
This makes sense. This makes sense because me and my daughter have been talking about, well, my life is not where it should be, and she talked about comparison.
And that's her experience. My life is not where it should be. So God goes, there you go. Well, then
we talked about that. And then we talked about, because a lot of times we all lose our dream. We all forget about the things that made us happy. Whether we are young, whether we are young, old, whatever you want to call yourself, I'm still young. So, we all put stuff on hold. We all don't feel like we're worthy enough. So this, to that point, is open your hands up to receive. Open your hearts up to receive. And the more open you are, the more available you are to receive. But we are not accustomed to receiving.
No, and okay, first off, most people here heard like 40 different scriptures when he was talking just now, because it's just all over the Bible. That's all over the Quran. It's all over the Torah. But let's talk about that tail end about we're not open to receive. We don't teach that.
Right.
We teach you to beg, and we call it belief.
Yep.
Why is that? Why is that?
That's what we teach.
Why is that?
Because we don't understand nothing. See, The problem with some churches, some religious organizations. Okay, no problem. No problem, man. Go ahead. The problem with some religions is Phil knows stuff, but he ain't updated what he know because his scriptures don't update. So Phil ain't updating. You missed it. I'll do it again. The Bible ain't changed in 2,000 years. So Phil don't update the Bible to a new generation. So what happens is I say, well, Damali, if you just pray, God will give it to you. First of all, prayer ain't laying us on the moon. Prayer gave us the belief to get to the moon. That chalkboard and the math problems got you there. Oh, that's a fact. Prayer didn't get the human consultants relevant in 2023. Reinventing themselves every year got the human consultants relevant in 2023. Prayer is a beautiful part of the equation, but it is not the most important part. The most important part, and the best way to describe this today, is swag. When Adonia goes, oh no, I'm absolutely, y'all got 24 months. That's Adonia saying, I receive. I don't give a damn. I don't care what it look. I said y'all got 24 months. She not asking no more, and she ain't believing. She's expecting or receiving. And God has no choice to give Adonia what she wants, even if Adonia is doing wrong, even if Adonia is messing up her life, even if Adonia is a bad tree. Adonia will get what she wants, because good is good, bad is good, but lukewarm, I gotta spew you out. Jerome, is that in there? Because if it's not, okay, Jerome gave me a thumbs up.
God does not respect the person. God does not respect the person.
It rain on the just
or bad. If you doing what you're supposed to be doing, then it's yours. I'm sorry.
Adonia could be out here stabbing people in the neck. She not. At least we don't know. You know, she might be. She got a great cover. She is. She's like a great serial killer. You know, she got a great cover. Great cover. She is. And can still get blessed. And I'm finna get Prophet Jared, and I'm finna end with the rest, a part of Pathfinder. I'm trying to tell you, Grace, that receiving is not taught to us, because when Talisha walk around acting like she made it, we taught her that's fake. We tell her don't show off. We tell her don't hatch your eggs before you get it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Come on now, y'all know all these sayings now. You know all these sayings. We tell her stay in your place. As parents, we say, well, baby, I don't want your feelings to get hurt. So we literally teach people, go back to believe. But until you trust, what is trust? Trust is for when Adonia was 6 years, no, I mean 6 years is a little too old. When Adonia was 2 years old, and Adonia go, Mama, what color is that? And the mama said red. Adonia didn't go, no, it ain't. Prove it. Prove it to me. How is it red? What chemicals? Where it's on the periodic table? Adonia went, okay. She received. It is red. This is why Trinace's Jesus say, come to me as a 2-year-old. Your problem is, Antonio, you too dang on smart now. You too smart to get in receiving mode. And let me tell everybody here, to be in receiving mode, you got to be real dumb. Let me tell you how dumb you got to be in receiving mode. In order to receive, you got to go, I can't see it, but I know it's coming. Do you know how stupid that is? You got to be like Phil a motivational speaker saying, hey, you got 13 cents so we can get to the high school. I got 27 cents here. You got 13. Do you know how dumb it was for Phil to be putting 37 cents in the tank, going on stage telling everybody you could be a millionaire? Like you have to do that. You have to be dumb to receive. You got to be smart to have faith. You got to be dumb to receive what you faithed for. And that is a word. Where's Adrian when I need her? Faith is intelligence. Receiving is ignorant. Receiving is going, I know it ain't working out for me, but it's still going to work. Lord, we don't know what to do, but our eyes is on you. Receiving mode is for Adonia to go, you know what? I'm about to make $500,000 by the end of this year. Nah, by the end of this month. And now here's the deal. This is what's going to happen, Monique. Adonia mind going to go, well, wait a minute. Because typically that takes me about 19 months to do that. See, that's the problem. We fit God into our intelligence when God is the greatest form of intelligence. How dare me reduce God to my logic, Susan? This is why we got to be dumb. We have to be so dumb that we know. So my son, my oldest son, his computer just broke. It was like a $1,500 computer. He just got to be dumb enough to know one gonna show up. He got to be strong enough to have faith it's gonna show up. And then he just need to walk around. I'm playing my Xbox until then because it's gonna show up. That's just the way it works. And if you don't do that, you're never gonna get what you want. Our problem is, and I'm finna get Prophet Jerry, I'm finna get Grace, and I'm gonna close this out. I'll go a little bit over. Our problem, Damali, is we too prideful to be stupid. But you want to be right or you want to be rich. Smart people are wealthy. Excuse me, dumb people are wealthy. Smart people, they too smart to get money. Go ahead, Phil. And then Prophet Jerry and then Grace.
Two things. I'm going to read the 2 Chronicles 20:30 again.
Ooh.
The kingdom of Jehoshaphat was calm, his God granting him peace on all of his frontiers. And then are we doing the 20th anniversary tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to plug that. Well, you saw it. You give them a little plug on what they're going to see tomorrow.
So
I think on the morning call.
Absolutely. So tomorrow we're gonna go through, I think, about 50 minutes. So it'll probably be like an hour and a half. And we're gonna talk into every section like y'all did. And it's Phil and Susan, and they're doing their 20th anniversary of Humor Consultants. And it's a whole program. So TV, conference on stage, etc. They're dropping massive nuggets. And I was so inspired by it, I think Monday, that I wanted to do it again, but I was missing the 2 days, but I wanted to do it again. So we do it Friday. And it is incredible. The reason why I wanted to do it is because when I was listening, I was eavesdropping. I wasn't on camera, but I was listening. I was like, man, that's so relevant for 2023. I don't understand how this man was saying these things in 83 that are relevant for 2023. They're incredible. So that's what y'all are up against. It's not motivational. It's motivational, but it's the keys to life. And at some point, Damali, we gotta finally listen to what God keep giving us instead of just going, wow, and doing nothing. Okay. Hopefully I did you justice, Phil.
Yeah, it's me being interviewed by a TV station. And then the Department of Health had me do 2 programs, one on dealing with stress and one on communicating. And then the last one was a speech I made up at 11:30. Client, I booked for them for 8 of the last 9 years. They had a speaker cancel. So they came to me at 11:30 at night and they said, can you do a half an hour general session tomorrow morning? And I'm going, well, yeah, but I've given them all my stuff. So it's to me a little different. So it's fun to watch. I enjoy it.
We're gonna enjoy it tomorrow for sure. For sure. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Yeah, I'll be ready for that for sure. Prophet Jerry, Grace, and then I'm gonna close this out. So just you may be
Two things,
inspired, but
Richard.
we'll get these two, and then I'm gonna close this out. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Two things you said that
Yep.
was
He got his
powerful.
cameras off because his medicine making him sleepy. Go ahead, sir.
The first thing was talking about prayer. I got a niece that going through some things, and she said, well, you tell me to pray, and I prayed, and God didn't do nothing. I said, but what did you do? Nothing, because God, they chief apostle told, now my old pastor said that once you give it to God, that going back to what you said from tradition, what people tell you and all that. Well, I said, but you got to do some work. I prayed. Yeah, you prayed, but you didn't do no work. Second thing, you said something where it hit me that I've been saying this now since probably like the beginning of this year that I've been working out and stuff. Every time I work out or Renee stretch me, I'm speaking healing is my portion. Even though sometimes it's painful, I'm still saying healing is my portion. Mm. And so I'm seeing the results of me saying healing is my portion. So because I've just always complained, oh, my legs. Now sometimes I do complain. I got to put that in there. I do complain sometimes about my legs because they're getting to be painful. But it's getting to be painful because I'm releasing weight, and then that's lesser meat, and all that meat on your bones and stuff. So then you're gonna have these more problems.
Right.
But the main thing is, I like what you said, and then I'm learning to do that, and I'm seeing the results of that. So it does work when you believe, you put yourself out there, you believe, and just keep on believing, even though you don't see no results. Keep on believing. It's coming.
It has no choice but to come because the world is always in motion. The world's always in motion. Everything is an ebb and flow. Okay, go ahead, Grace.
Two things real quick. When you were talking about, say, hey, gotta be smart to have faith, but you gotta be dumb. You know that it's coming. I think about.
Hold on, let me stop right there. David got anointed and didn't become king till 25 years later. That was dumb faith. You hear me? Okay, keep going.
I think about when you told us how we've been taught. I think about parents. So, if I poll every parent that's on the call, whenever your child had asked you, hey, mom, dad, can I have this? And you'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna get it for you. Well, let's say they came back and asked you again, and you was like, yeah, I said I'm gonna get it for you. They'll never come back a third time. You will get a little. Didn't I tell you I was gonna get? But that's how we go to God.
Fine, you ain't gonna get it. That's what your parents say. Right,
right. But that's why we go. That's how we go to God. But we didn't. We'd already asked him one time. He heard it the first time. He heard it the first time. So then we were in the believing stage. But then that's what I equate this to. Okay, don't ask him no more. Okay, you didn't already ask him. He know what you want. Okay, so just go out there and do what you need to do, so he can do what you can't do. Okay. Right. Second thing, I remember you telling a story one day. You said it was when Ashton was smaller. He said he asked you for something. I don't know if it was V-Bucks or whatever. He's like, Daddy, can I have some whatever it was? You say, okay, give me 5 minutes, buddy, and then I'll get it for you. 5 minutes later, he came back.
He sure the hell did.
So that's what I equate.
That has been 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's it.
It was Ashton. Ashton taught me a very valuable lesson years ago. Very, very, very valuable lesson years ago. Ashton was like, Daddy, my watch or something. Oh no, it was a cell phone. His cell phone died. And I was like, but the battery dead. And Ashton, this was about 6 years ago. He's 11 now, so he's about 5 years old. Ashton went, well, why can't I invent a battery that don't die? And I went, well, but it don't work like that. He go, why not? It can work like that if I wanted to. And I went, you know the hell what? You are right, 5-year-old. That's what he said. Why not? It can work like that if I want it. You are absolutely correct. And I never forgot that. Because you can invent a battery. You can do whatever you want to do. You really can. You really can. Chapter 2, pathbenders, I close the thoughts. It's right after the section I read. And it's under living outside their expectations. And if I tell y'all, oh my goodness, we'll be back in chapter 2 next week. Living outside their expectations is the subject. The journey of personal growth and transformation requires us to choose a path of least resistance that creates unconditional happiness. This path is determined by our faith, not by our expectations of others. The expectations of others can come from various sources like family, culture, environment, and other people. But these expectations should not dictate our lives as they limit our growth and prevent us from living our best life, pursuing your life. We were born complete, and completion is already done. Our life is an ongoing pursuit with no end in sight. But we grow and transform as we pursue our dreams. The light we pursued is the thing we decided to do. And abundance is who we are. Somebody actually texted me and said, I wanted you to find abundance. And I'm right there right now, text messenger. Abundance is who we are, not just what we do. Pursuing the light takes faith and it's hard to keep walking when we are not in Thanksgiving. Having Thanksgiving, Melissa, in everything, no matter the outcome, is essential for spiritual maturity. Our motive for being thankful determines our blessings, and our gratitude creates a force field against negative forces. Our praise should have no end or a beginning. And we should have always been in the action of giving thanks. Chaos. Deanna, we did not come to this planet for peace. Uh-oh. We came, Renee, to be peace. This world is supposed to be chaotic, Grace. And we are the ministry in the mess. Every time, Jerome, we make a decision, we are in chaos. And this chaos brings blessings. If we do not want to be in chaos, we should not make a decision, as there are no blessings outside of chaos. Their expectations. Their expectations are creations for them, not us. We should not let Monique expectations dictate our lives, as they never put us on our battlefield. Only we can create our breakthrough. And their expectations are not creations for us, but creations for them. The path of least resistance. The path of least resistance can only be seen with faith and not with our eyes. We must have faith in all things and trust that we will always choose the right thing for our life. We should have enough spiritual maturity to have Thanksgiving and something we did not expect to be in, as there are no mistakes and everything is perfect. understand our path requires us to live outside their expectations, pursue our light, have thanksgiving in all things, embrace chaos, and have faith in the path of least resistance. We are creators of our own reality. Our motive for being thankful and our faith determine the blessings we receive. Very last section, then closing thoughts. Awareness of your current path. Once upon a time, Talisha, there was a young girl named Maya. Grew up in a strict cult. From the time she was born, Maya was destined to follow a specific path set out for her by the leaders of the cult. She was told by the time that she was 16, she would marry a man chosen for her by her cult leaders, and Maya's family, like 4 generations before her, followed all the rules set out that the cult set without question. However, something in Maya, something in Talisha, something in Renee, something in Chef Jay felt different. She had a deep longing to choose her own path in life and make her own decisions. Despite the strict teachings of the cult, she couldn't shake the fact, the feeling that there was more in life than she was being told. As Maya approached her 16th birthday, she made the difficult decision to break away from the cult and follow her own path. It was scary, it was uncertain, but she felt a sense of liberation and finally making her own decisions. With determination, with hard work, Maya went to achieve great success in her life. She moved to California and she became a highly successful women's coach, helping other women find their own paths and achieving their own goals. She even served as a White House press secretary, a far cry from the life she designed. She was destined in that cult. Maya's story is a powerful reminder of the importance and awareness of our current path. Too often, we can find ourselves on a path set out by others, be it our family, our culture, our society. But it is crucial to take a step back and question whether this path truly aligns our own desires or separations. Only being aware of our current path, we can make conscious decisions to make a change in our own path in our life. Maya's journey was not easy, but it was worth it. By following her own path, she found happiness and success in her wildest dreams, and she wants others to know she can do the same. Go back up to that same section. As Maya approached her 16th birthday, she made a difficult decision to break away from the cult and follow her own path, Susan. It was scary and uncertain time. She felt a sense of liberation to finally making her own decisions. Listen to me very well. Nobody multitask. With determination and hard work, Maya went on to achieve great success in her life. She moved to California and became a highly successful women's coach, helping other women find their own paths and achieve their goals, and served as a White House press secretary, a far cry from the life she deserved in the cult. And as I share my screen, Maya is a real person, a friend of mine, but her name is not Maya. Her name is Alicia Raj Kit Cool. She was in the Les Brown Institute. Susan knows her. Phil knows her. She was a White House press secretary for the Barack Obama administration. Alicia Rajviku, White House. This is her story. While I changed her name in the book, 100%, she, this lady right here, came all the way from a cult in Tibet, not Tibet. It starts with a T. Where was our guy in jail at? The pimp.
Taiwan?
No.
I know Montebury.
No, our guy, like
John
Phyllis
You talking about
Susan.
John
John
Calloway.
Calloway.
You talking
What
about
was he in
John
jail at?
Calloway. It was
in Thailand.
Thailand. She came all the way from a cult to become White House press secretary. And by 16, she was supposed to be married. And her story, in 3 minutes, she was forced to have sex way too young. And she was forced into sex trafficking. And by she was 16, she broke those rules, came to America. Today, she goes by a moniker. But I'm here giving her props, telling you all, Maya was a real person. And there is not a story in Pathfinder that is a fake story. So your challenge is this. Will you be like Alicia Rajkiku, move to California out of a sex cult? Hear me well. Out of a sex cult, she walked herself to the White House. So what I'm trying to tell you, very simply, is that's how you bend your path. Monique, am I right? Absolutely not. Or was Alicia? Absolutely so. So Grace, I leave you with this understanding here. Will you, it's okay. Will you find yourself, Grace, to where you can break the norms of your life, break the paths, like literally just break them and say, you know what? I know I'm supposed to be a sex slave. I know I'm supposed to be in this cult. I know that's supposed to happen. I get it. But here she is in the New York Film Academy, right here. There she is again. Right there. There she is. This is it. So your job is simple as we end. I don't know what's in store for you, Talisha. I don't know why God is messing with you. I don't know why God is messing with Damali. All I know is this lady at 16 was forced into a life she never chose and got herself to the White House. But you can't get out of bed? So I want you to examine what's controlling you. And I want everybody here to examine what angers you. Because what angers you controls you. And without Thanksgiving, you can't win. My very final words. If your life is full of chaos, that's because God has blessings for you. Because there is no such thing as blessings in blessings. Blessings must be at the background of chaos. If not, you couldn't even recognize them to be blessings. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you so much, everybody. Love you, everybody.
Love you more.
Love you more.
Love you more.
All right, we'll see y'all next Thursday.